Hello, good morning, and welcome to this Dawn Busters Taste Challenge, 5:58 a.m., October 16, 2018. Yeah, it's dark outside, all right. But this is pretend time, daylight savings time. So really it's 4:58 in real time. So we're doing a whiskey from 1976, not this actual bottle, but the brand. They used to have a black label, now it's gold. Black, it used to be black with gold and red trim, now it's gold with black and red trim. Okay. Red and black trim and white. Beams 8-star. Beams 8-star. Used to be blended at 75-25 ratio. Now it's 80-20. Contains 20% straight Kentucky whiskey. Oh boy. Was higher. They cheapened it after the buyout. 80% grain neutral spirits, 20% straight whiskeys, 2 years old or more. Well, that aging stayed the same because it was 2 years in the past. I'd like to see a commercial for this on ESPN, right? Mila Kunis saying, Beams 8 stars aged 2 long years. And then she could taste it. Well, what is this? I don't want to do this for the money anymore. All right. But maybe she'd like it. Maybe she wouldn't. So Beams 8-star, distilled by Kentucky Springs Distilling Company. You know how they regard this when they A, don't even show it on the Beam Suntory website, and B, don't even have the gall to put their, they don't even have the nerve to put their own name on it. They use an alias, Kentucky Springs Distilling Company. And apparently that was always on there from, like, if you look at liquor.com, I think, or Liquor Collector or whatever, they show old bottles that they sell, unopened liquor bottles. And I was looking at an old photo, and I think it was saying Kentucky Springs Distilling Company. It might have been an alias distillery name they adopted years ago to kind of obscure the fact that it was Beam. I mean, who's going to get fooled? It says Beams, right? The Bim family. Okay. So we did King Square already against some other stuff. So I told you about King Square versus Heaven Hill and Kentucky Gold. And I told you about Living in the US of A. Told you about the Gangsta of Love. All right. King Square blended whiskey. Now this is 27.5% straight whiskeys, blend of straight whiskeys, and 72.5% grain neutral spirits. So this is a higher percentage of straight whiskey, pure whiskey, than the dang Beams. But is it going to be as good? Well, it's certainly lighter. So that don't mean nothing. I know it's lighter in color. It's straw, like, yeah, it looks like corn whiskey with just a little bit of color. And this is probably what young whiskey looks like when it's put in used up barrels that are spent. You know what I mean? And this is what the same stuff looks like when it's put in those kind of barrels and they add color into it. Caramel coloring. But anyway, you got $7.99. You want to wait? I said waste. Do you have $7.99 that you want to spend? Then you can get Beams 8-star. You can pay $16.99 and get the huge handled jug bottle, plastic, with the beautiful plastic presentation. Yeah, I'm trying to even it out. I don't want to use too much of the Beams 8-star. I have enough left for what, 2 or 3 taste challenges? At the most 3. That's okay. I think we'll survive without Beam's 8-star ever again in my life. I mean, I would buy it in theory. But in reality, I will never buy it again because of the fact that I have no desire to buy it. I've had it. I've drunk the original one. Well, the 2005 version, 75-25 blend. It was fine. Then I did this current one, which was okay, not as good. So here we go. I'm not buying it again. Now, if I find some other blended whiskeys cheap enough, I'll get them, throw them into the taste challenges. It's not a big deal. I got all this cabinet space to put the junk in. But repeat buys, I don't see that. They even had the Seagram 7 Crown for $7, a closeout at Martin Wine Cellar, and I was like, I'm tempted, but I don't want it. And then my friend David, he bought it. I said, why'd you buy that? He said, well, if somebody comes to my house, I'll give them that to drink instead of them drinking all my good stuff. I said, oh, good plan of action. All right. He said, they won't care. They'll gulp it down, you know, whatever. All right. So one is amber gold and one is straw gold. So I've got to make sure I don't look, because if I look, the appearance will give it away. This is a blind taste test. This is not some knowing what I'm drinking thing. I think it's going to probably be a tie because King Squares age longer, at least 4 years, because there's no age statement. And you know, the U.S. liquor laws for American whiskey, if there's no age statement, it has to be a minimum of 4 years. And it's a higher percentage of straight whiskey yet, but it might be cheaper straight whiskeys, you know what I'm saying, like inferior stuff, than what you would get from the great and powerful Beam Suntory Empire. So the Beams is only aged 2 years, but it might be a better quality mixture, blend. So it might end up being a tie because of the factors that I just listed. Price, you'll save $1 on the King Square, assuming you ever see it. I've only seen it once in my life. It's probably sold around Texas. Might be sold in Florida. Sure, I haven't seen it in Louisiana. But I find stuff in Louisiana sometimes that I never expected to see. Didn't expect to see Kentucky Gold in Baton Rouge, but there it was. Didn't expect to see that 750 milliliter glass bottle of Ancient Age in Baton Rouge. There it was. Now it's showing up here. And the plastic handle bottles, Ancient Age preferred. Don't know if it's doing too well, but it's around. Ancient Age straight bourbon does okay around here. Yeah, the 3-year age, 80 proof. We don't get the good 90 proof version they get in Kentucky, but that's all right. That's okay. That's okay. That's all right. Here we go. I'm the space cowboy. I bet you weren't ready for that. Hey, 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 hey. This smells like rubbing alcohol in a way, like straight alcohol, ethyl alcohol. That's what it is, corn alcohol. And they put that in your gasoline. Then you wonder why your lawnmower won't run right. I think that's what's messing up my lawnmower. I got to find a place that sells pure gasoline without the ethanol, because after 2 or 3 years, it'll kill that spark plug. It'll be shot. I have to change the Champion spark plug. It's $1.95 after tax, but I can remember never changing it ever, spark plug. So I don't support this subsidized ethyl alcohol program that the U.S. government has, where we pay farmers for corn, and so then they grow more corn, and they expect the government to buy more so they can grow more, so that they can buy more, so that they can grow more. And your tax money does this. Your tax money buys ethyl alcohol. Or we pay farmers not to produce milk to keep the price high, artificially high. You see, we talk about welfare A lot of people rant and rave about welfare, but not the whole show of welfare. When it's corporate welfare, you don't hear from them screaming, but maybe they're not aware of it. Maybe they're ignorant to that fact. Now, this one smells less like an alcohol burn and more like candy corn, believe it or not. I know some people are thinking, but I wouldn't want to drink a whiskey that tasted and smelled like candy corn, that junk that people give out at Halloween that you throw out without even eating. It's a good point. What about the bourbon aromas? Yeah, well, forget that. If you want bourbon, I would say go buy a bourbon. Because I've worked with bourbon. I knew bourbon. And people, this is no bourbon. But it's made with a small percentage of bourbon. But you can buy bourbon for the same price. $10.99 for 10 high. That's blended bourbon, but still certified a bourbon, a blended bourbon. You say blended bourbon? Yeah, it exists. $10.99, $9.99. But then you could pay $9.99 and get straight bourbon. They had it at Albertsons the other day, Saturday. Ancient Age, straight Kentucky bourbon, $9.99. And it was even cheaper for the big bottle now. So you could buy it. But even if you did, it might not even matter because of the other thing. All right. Oh, yeah, this is much more candy corn, sweet, weird. What is this aroma? It's some strange. How can I describe this live on the internet? It's trying to think of what it would be. Nougat, like in the Three Musketeers bar. It's a peculiar one. She's a Quicksilver girl. Okay. This one's milder. So if you want some mild, cheap stuff, get this. If you want some very aromatic, but entirely unusually strange, weird, peculiar, and not to mention odd, cheap stuff, get this. Taste time, taste time. This one does smell more like a liquor, though, but almost into like a liqueur, which it ain't. Okay. All right. I didn't look. I mean, you could use this in a Coleman stove. This is just like straight alcohol. It's like, you know, those little metal canisters where they got the alcohol in it, I think, and you light, what is it, an alcohol lamp, and you light the little flame. You could use that. Might ruin your equipment, but all right. Whoa, wow, nah, yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, the taste follows the nose. It's just like this weird candy corn. Oh man, what a trap. What a trap. Why did I trap myself into this? You say, what do you mean? Well, I mean, I bought all these blended whiskeys. Now I've got to drink them. It's your tree, Frank. You're sitting in it. Now, which one would I rather drink? Which one would I rather drink? That is a very unfair question because you're assuming that I would actually want to drink these. Oh, wow, wow. It's been a long time. Okay, I'm trying to figure out which is which, and I'm having. If I choose not to decide, I still have made a choice. I will choose free will. I'm going to say. You say me. Ouch. Mama. Oh, I prepared a whole speech. I guess this is the 8-star. The 8-star. Do 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 do. Everybody needs a beam star. Everybody needs beams. 8-star. No, they don't. Here we go. I say. Good morning, Ron, says Jenna Neely. I thought Beams 8-star was pretty flavorful for a blended American whiskey. Yeah, but when you're doing blind and you don't know, it can really get you agitated. I had some nice bourbon flavor. It had some nice bourbon flavor. It's been over a year since I had it, though. Get on the internet at 5:58 a.m. in the dark and taste them blind, and ooh, I don't know. I think this is the Beams, though. No. No. And this is the King Square. Danger. Okay. BES. I knew there was some subtle Beams 8-star treacherous character there. Oh, man. How many milliliters do I have of blended whiskey? Thousands. Remember, I was vapor. Remember, I can end all this. I wish I could end it. Remember, I grow tired. Okay. Oh, well, that was so exciting. Exciting. Oh, well, what a way to start off the day. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Oh, now which one was better? Better. How do we use that word in this context? Better. How do we say this? Oh no. Well, I can feel it in my chest. You say, but that don't mean nothing. I know. I was just trying to think of something to say. Um, um, okay. So what? How do we rescue this? Oh, yeah. I know what to say. I was able to tell them apart. You're saying, wow, that's a benefit. That's right. I was able to tell them apart. King square does not taste like Beam's 8-star. There. We've shown that. We've demonstrated that. Yeah. What's coming up next? Well, get ready, people. People, get ready. Get ready. I just realized something. Heck. Did not forget to do Seagram 7 in my lineup. Ooh, I got to bring in Seagram 7 crown. I think I forgot to bring that into the King Square competition. Well, okay, all right, I have some work to do. Looks like I have some work to do, but that won't even be a contest. Please believe me. There's no way. There's no way that King Square has a chance against Seagram 7, because Seagram 7 crown actually has credibility. You know what I'm saying? It's like you can drink it on its own merits. It's not that you buy it just as almost like a joke, or you buy it to do taste challenges as almost like an oblique spoof or parody. You could actually buy it for real. You know what I'm saying? Okay, but the beat goes on. The joke goes on. Okay, blah, blah, blah. So we have more quirky, quaint blended whiskey taste challenges coming. I don't know how else to frame it. I'm trying to frame it. You say, well, frame it, make it look. I can't really make it look legit. I can make it look quasi credible though. John Anili says, you don't have an examination scheduled for this Friday, do you? No, I do not. That's not to say that I couldn't make one. So we'll have to see. I have to see now, because now I'm all mixed up like the cars. It's all mixed up because I forgot to put the Seagram 7 crown in the playlist. So I've got a lot of work to do, people. People, get ready. John, if not, maybe we could do the Kribari Marsala. Oh, well, I can't do it because let me tell you why. The only place I can get Kribari is at Albertsons, and that's 35 miles away. And I'm not going up there this week. So, you know, I'm not driving 35 miles to get a bottle of Kribari Marsala for $4.99 at Albertsons. However, I do intend to buy it next time I'm in that area along that highway. I wish I could get Kribari here, but I cannot. But anyway, we'll think of something, and if not, we'll just won't do anything, which is very acceptable as well. All right, but thanks, folks, for watching. I appreciate you experiencing this pretty fabulous experience. Experience, right? So thanks for watching the video production. Y'all come on down to Southeastern Louisiana. Here comes the sun. Little darling, here comes the